Good morning, everybody. What's going on? Welcome to First Cup. My name's Jeremy. Today is Wednesday, November 14th, and this is my first cup of coffee. Here, let's bring that closer. There we go. All right. Let me raise that up. I'm tall today. I slept well. Had a massage yesterday. What else? Yeah, feel good. It's gonna be a great day. Ready to conquer the world. I think it's cold out again. Looks cold. There's a lot of snow on the ground. What's the temperature? I can't tell because my phone has my temperature for outside. That's okay. So what are we talking about today? Today we're talking about strengths versus weaknesses. Now there's two different ways we can look at this. We're gonna reconcile the two at the end. So when we talk about skill, our martial arts skill, our strengths versus our weaknesses, we're often talking about why you should work on your weaknesses. In fact, one of the things we say on martial arts radio is that you will grow the most as a martial artist by working on your weaknesses, especially if it's something fundamental. Now, we all tend to prefer our strengths. We like the things that we're good at. Those are the things that seem to consume most of our time, our training time, etc. But when you work on your weaknesses, it will enhance your strengths. But when it comes to other things, say for example, running a business, you should spend as much time on your strengths as you can and hire people who are better than you at your weaknesses. Make sense? Makes sense. Now, how does that happen? How do those two things happen for me when it comes to whistlekick? Now, the training part, that's pretty easy. I do spend a lot of time on my strengths, but I'm also very aware of my weaknesses, and I try to spend time working on them. When it came time to look for adding some more training, I realized, hey, I know someone who teaches a Kempo school that does a lot of Filipino martial arts, eskrima, and some jiu-jitsu. Well, I don't have a lot of jiu-jitsu background. If you were to make a list of all the weapons that I knew nothing about, sticks would be at the top. And I've always been more of a kicker than a striker. Puncher. Hand techniques, right? So I joined this Kempo Jiu-Jitsu Eskrima school with my friend, Mr. Dan Hart, and our instructor, man, who's become a good friend and has been on the show, Shehan Earlsmith. And so I'm working on my weaknesses there. But that doesn't mean that that's the only thing I train. I also train in Taekwondo and in karate and in Superfoot kickboxing, right? Like I'm still working on the things that admittedly I love. Admittedly, I love them more. I think that I started martial arts so young that my whole perspective on martial arts was really founded by those early lessons, those early instructors, and the things that I started with. It doesn't matter how long I train, I'm always going to be a karateka, a karate guy. And I'm okay with that. But I also recognize the value of diversity in my training. As I work on things in Kempo or Jiu-Jitsu, it helps me better understand the other things that I work on. So by working on my weaknesses, I am enhancing my strengths. Now let's talk about that from a business perspective. Whistlekick is a business. Whistlekick is a growing business, a big business. No, not a big business. A bigger than it used to be business. That's growing, isn't it? I'm tired. Not really. I just need more coffee. Hold on, I gotta yawn. No one can argue the authenticity of the show. Okay. I have 24 hours in a day. I can't work 24 hours. I can work however many hours I can work. There are things that I do because I enjoy them as it relates to whistlekick. There are things that I do because I am good at them. There are things that I do because I need to be the one doing them. As much else as possible is outsourced. For example, let's take the podcast. Martial Arts Radio, I'm the one that hosts it. I'm the one that schedules it. I'm the one that prepares all of the various items and then ships them off to Julius, our wonderful sound engineer, and he puts together everything else. Now, I used to do all the editing. I used to do all the graphics. I used to do all the back end stuff. But I realized that handing that off would save me time so I could work on other things that other people can't do. And I found someone who does a better job than I do. It works great. And there are other things that we have going on that are like that. Now, I could have continued to spend time doing that and improving my skills with the audio engineering. I could have gotten better at that. But did that make sense in the grand vision of whistlekick? No. Because we were never going to be a audio engineering company. One of the things that I learned in my last business in the IT company is that the best thing to do is to focus on the core thing that you do. It makes you different, better, the thing that makes you money. And to allow somebody else or other businesses to outsource, however you want to look at it, those other things. So if you're a martial arts school, well, you've got to teach the classes. But maybe you outsource the billing and the marketing. And well, those would probably be the two big components, wouldn't they? Every school I know of outsources the production, the manufacture of the uniforms and the sparring gear and the other training aids. I don't know anybody that's making that stuff in-house. So we can see that there's a relevancy to doing some of these things that you are good at and not doing some of these other things that maybe you are not good at. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't have hobbies. It doesn't mean that you can't work on other things. It doesn't mean that you can't change, have a huge transition. To be honest, I had a martial arts school. I did not make my own stuff. And I took a huge transition into starting a company to manufacture martial arts products. That was a very thought out, long thought out, heavily invested transition. And it's something that I am glad I did. But it doesn't mean that every aspect of that is something I do. Guess what? I don't sew the uniforms. I don't cut the foam for the sparring gear. These are things that we work with factories on. I develop the need, the process, like we work through what's going to make our products better and unique. And then I teach somebody else how to do that. And then they do that for us. Because what am I best at? When it comes to this company, I'm a marketing guy. I see the world through the lens of marketing, through conveying a message to people. That's what I'm, but at the end of the day, this is marketing. And this is one of the things that I do because I enjoy it. So as you go through your day, I want you to take a look. What are the things that you're spending time on that you don't like or you don't have skill at that somebody else could do? Maybe you don't have the opportunity to hand them off. Maybe it's something at work and you're not the boss and you don't get to have say in that. But recognizing them, understanding those things, I think is important, because the faster you can get through the things that you are not good at, or by taking the opportunity to get better at them, you enhance your value at work. When it comes to your training, by being aware of the things that you need improvement on, you can work on them, you should work on them, and you will become a better martial artist. So that's what I got for you today. Just keep in mind, this is the place we're going to be from now on, at least live. No more Facebook, no more Instagram. It is Monday through Friday, YouTube again. Because y'all on YouTube have been the best supporters of this show. So we're giving it to you. I hope you have a great day. I hope you head on over to whistlekick.com because we had another huge shipment of sparring gear drop. So if you've been waiting on anything, you will find that over there. It's early now, so that's gonna be one of the first things I do is update that inventory because that's not an automatic process, unfortunately. So we'll get that taken care of. Anything else I gotta tell you? I think that's it. I hope you have a wonderful day. I will talk to you soon. Take care. Peace.